Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, welcome. Lovely to see you again. I just want to remind you, if you watch my videos regularly, do click subscribe if you're on YouTube, or click follow if you're on Instagram or Facebook, because that means that you'll see when I post a new video, and I'm going to be doing those maybe more regularly for the next few months, and you don't want to miss anything. Right, what do I want to talk about today? I want to talk about knowing yourself as an artist, but knowing yourself as a person in order to know yourself as an artist. How you are as a person shows up in your work. If you're a very neat, fastidious, tidy person, that's going to show up in the kind of work that you make. If you're a very loose, free and wild person, that should be showing up in the kind of work you make. And if you're somewhere in between and have both those qualities, you're going to see them both show up in the work. But if you're not fully aware of who you are as an artist, you might try to make things that don't actually suit who you are. And then in that case, you become unhappy with what you're doing, and you become frustrated with the progress. You might start procrastinating. You might not want to go into your studio and start working because you know you'll be disappointed with the results when you get there. If you start to get to understand who you are as a person and how you work best and what you love and what you don't like and what feels good to you and what doesn't feel good to you, you will start making the kind of art that comes from within you, not from anybody else. And when you do that, your work won't look like anybody else's. And if you're listening to this and currently you don't have that kind of unique sense of what your work looks like, I know you think it can't happen for you, but so did I, and it does. But how it comes is letting yourself come out in the paintings. And in order to do that, sometimes for some of us, especially if we're analytical people, we need to step back and think a little bit about who we are as an artist. So I have a lot of emotion, which I sometimes find hard to describe to other people, but I can express it in paint. I do not have a very detailed orientation in life. I can't stay focused for very long on things like doing my accounts, very thorny technical tasks. I can do in short bursts, but I have to have a break away from them. Some people can work their way through things, even the things they don't like doing, methodically until the end and get a sense of satisfaction from that. I can't. I like things to be tidy in my house, but when I'm creating, it's impossible for me to be tidy. Everything gets in a jumble, and I'm constantly trying to get on top of it, but it just gets in a jumble again, because that's how I create best. I create best in a mess, and I just have to accept that. If I tried to do very detailed, hyper-realistic paintings because I believed the people around me said that's what was good, and so I tried to do that, I would get very bored. I'd probably get very frustrated because they wouldn't be very good. And the people who love hyper-realistic paintings would know, they would sense, they would just know mine weren't as good as that person over there who loves painting hyper-realistically, who gets relaxation from that process. So they'd look at mine and never buy mine because there's plenty of other people who'd be better at that than me because it was authentically who they are. But when my paintings look as full of life and chaos and craziness as my studio, but combined with that constant need to organize and structure and tidy up, then they feel like me, then they're unique. And then when people look at them, they haven't quite seen anything like this before. And so people resonate with it, they respond to it, because when we look for art, we're looking for something we've not seen before. Think about going to an art show and you're looking around and everything's kind of samey, especially like a local art group show, and everybody's doing nice watercolor landscapes or accurate portraits. And then you see one person and life and energy is bursting out of their work. It could be realistic or abstract, doesn't matter, but there's something special about it. You can just tell when a person is in their work and when they're trying hard to be something they think other people think they should be. So my challenge for you this week, if you're up for it, is to think about who you are as an artist and what you enjoy and what feels good to you and what doesn't feel good to you. And this might be difficult because for many of us, we've been trained not to think about ourselves in that way. Art is a very self-absorbed thing to do. You really have to be focused on yourself and not anybody else. And we're not always used to that, especially if you have kids and you've brought up a whole family, and maybe you are still bringing up a family and everything revolves around you in the house, and you're either a breadwinner going out to work or you're at home looking after the kids. But either way, everything revolves around the kids, or maybe you're a carer looking after someone who's ill or elderly parents, and everything revolves around them. And you never put yourself first and think about you. But that's what I want you to do. I want you to do some thinking or journaling. Just think while you're painting, when do I feel at my very happiest? When do I feel at my most content? And when do I feel ill at ease, out of sorts? When do I start procrastinating? Why is it that I'm not enjoying what I'm doing? Why am I trying to avoid it? What's gone wrong? And I just want you to start to notice, this is a process. It doesn't happen overnight. But trust me, the way you work, it's inherently you. It's in you now, and you just have to tap into it. And when you do that, making your art becomes a joy that you don't want to get away from, you want to run towards, and your work starts to get more unique and different. But it all starts with knowing who you are, what kind of personality you have, and whether that's coming through in the art that you're currently making. And if it is coming through, is it coming through as much as it could, or could you put more of you in there? If this sounds interesting to you, we are getting close to my free taster course, 8 days, Find Your Joy taster course. This course will change everything for you because it's my chance to start giving you exercises to show you in action what I'm talking about, and to prove to you that you have it within you to express everything you've wanted to express. So do join me. The link will be below this video or above this video, depending where you're watching it. In the description, there is a link to click to come and sign up. I can't wait to see you there. It's 7 days. It's totally free. There is a paid course at the end of it. There is no obligation to stay on for that, so don't let that put you off. Some people stay on and we have a fantastic time, but many people just do the free week, and many people tell me that that free week was enough to set them going. So come and join us, and that's it for me this week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.